Good Wednesday morning to you, the 13th day of December, 2017. This is Wake Up in Angie Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. Steve Harris, news director to my immediate left. Kat in the control room. How are you, my friend?
You're looking dapper this morning, my friend.
I feel good. Feel good. Busy day yesterday. Got a lot done.
Boy, did we ever.
I had a nice little endorphin release when the day was over. It's like, I got stuff done today.
Can you say that on TV?
What's that, endorphin?
Yeah.
I just did. Just, it's one of those deals where the ball went further down the road and we made progress. We like to think we make a little bit of progress on improving the quality of this television station on a daily basis. Sometimes we don't, but we always endeavor.
No.
We always endeavor. We're getting there. Welcome to another hour of local television fun here on the NCW Life channel. My guest in the second half of the program, Apple Blossom Festival Administrator Darcy Christofferson, is standing by. They have this 1,000 name campaign going on. They want to make a documentary profiling and talking all about the history of the Apple Blossom Festival as they lead up to the 100th Apple Blossom Festival, the Centennial Edition, which is next year, 2019.
Okay.
Well, actually, 2 years, 2019. So we'll talk about that. Plus, they have the top 25 candidates for the Royal Court. We'll talk about that and all good things Apple Blossom.
I think it's time for them to do a retrospective.
You'd think one would already exist, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah, but one doesn't.
Well, we certainly have some great producers out there. So
yeah,
absolutely.
It's going to be, if they pull it off, and who's kidding you? They're going to pull it off. It's going to be a great film, and I want to participate in that in any way I can.
But that's where you come in.
Yeah.
That's where you come in.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, absolutely. Lots of sports to get to. Steve's got a bunch of news. You and I were at the Wenatchee School Board meeting last night.
I guess you could describe it as a bloodless coup.
That's what's one way to put it. That's one way to put it. We'll have
a new power structure.
Yep, there is. If you voted for change, you got it. And also, and this is funny, I got it. This is the second time this has happened to me, Steve, in a month. I was out. I had some dead time in the afternoon, so I went out and ran some errands, did some Christmas shopping. I'm not going to mention the store because I told Stan's Mary Mart I wouldn't mention them on the air. But I was just a nice couple walked up to me, recognized me. I think I was wearing an NCW Life shirt. Talked about the show, and just like it was a month ago, the lady said, my husband and I watch your show every day. We don't watch. We're retired, so we don't watch the 7 o'clock show because we have to get up at 7 o'clock. But we watch the 9 o'clock rerun of your show. And she said we laughed and we giggled, and then we turned the sound on. That's the second time this happened to me. So I love my viewers. This is kind of strange because we have a nice morning this morning. I woke up and it wasn't covered in clouds and gunk.
Yeah, it's actually looking pretty nice today.
And the forecast is calling for sunshine.
Maybe a little change coming, huh?
There is some change coming up.
Good.
So but we still have the air stagnation advisory. That's still going on. And the bird ban is still in effect as well, Steve. But there is some change in the weather. If you're sick and tired of this stuff, and I think most people are at this point, just hang in there. We're not going to get a lot of sunshine as we get closer to the weekend, but we're going to get warmer temperatures. Yesterday's high, 29. Yesterday's low, 27. Average temperature yesterday, 28.
Wow.
Even I know that, and I was terrible at math.
Don't need the sunscreen yet.
No, you don't. 3 minutes after the hour, we are live here from Studio 9 in downtown Wenatchee. Let's go around the valley with our Valley View cameras. Good morning, Wenatchee. As you can see, quite a bit more visibility than we've had the last few years. Few days, I should say.
Looks like a jewel case there, doesn't it, with the twinkling lights.
Yeah, and the one thing we've noticed, we've talked about this, we have more light pollution now than we ever had before because we just have more people and more houses and more businesses and more streets and street lamps. It wasn't that way when I was growing up. You could look at the stars on a summer night in downtown Wenatchee. You can't do that anymore.
This is an advertisement for the Chelan and Douglas County PUDs, can't you?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, here's a question. Does the PUD pay their own bill?
Good question.
I'm just curious, because they use electricity as much as anybody. Bet you they get a good rate.
No, do you pay for your TV service? That's the question.
I have no clue. That's Plain? Is that Chumstick? That's Nanapoc Ridge.
Nanapoc Ridge. Okay.
Again, above the cloud cover. It may be cloudy and gucky on the valley floors, but you get up above it and you get stuff like this. This might be, if you haven't done it yet, this might be a great weekend to go out and get a Christmas tree in the forest.
Oh, absolutely.
I would highly recommend that.
Great scenery out there.
Camera number 3, as we tour around the valley, that's
Leavenworth?
Beautiful view.
Steins Hill.
That's Steins. Yep, beautiful, gorgeous up there. That's pointing to the east, so the Wenatchee Valley, obviously, where the sun's coming up. Because one of the things I've noticed in many, many years that I've lived here, the sun always rises in the east. Steve, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
That's something that we need to look in on.
Kind of like the river always flows downhill.
Yeah, exactly. So good morning, Kashmir, Monitor, and everybody up there in that beautiful part of our area. And camera number 4 is...
Well, I think we're looking at Monument.
That's Monument. That's got to be Monument. So somewhere down there, opportunities are unlimited. Beautiful Quincy, Washington is in that somewhere there.
So, again, folks, if you're driving there in the basin, prepare yourself for some possibly visibility issues.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Look at that. That's pretty thick, and freezing fog is a possibility, especially in the colder areas. I mean, yeah. So watch out for freezing fog. That's a possibility.
It's going to be a little slippery out there as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like the analogy is, imagine a blanket over the valley, only it's a wet blanket.
Well, if you look at the streets in Wenatchee, they've applied some more de-icer chemical out there.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I always call it goop.
Well, it is, essentially.
Yeah,
if
they
you leave
laid
it
the
on the
goop
wheels, then it is really goop.
Yeah.
You know.
No, absolutely zero snow in the forecast for the Wenatchee Valley. Just a heads up on that is for the foreseeable future. I'm starting to think maybe we won't have a white Christmas now. There's still a chance. There could be systems that come out and visit us, but right now it's not looking particularly white.
La Nina is not really panning out like they said.
Not yet, but we're not to winter. We're not even.
We're still in the
yet.
fall, aren't we?
Yeah, we still got 8 more days of autumn weather before the shortest day of the year, and the first day of winter comes on the 21st, Thursday the 21st.
Let's talk about the forecast.
Let's do it. Let's do the forecast from the National Weather Service. That way, if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government.
What's that image there I'm seeing?
That is the sun.
Is it sun?
We are supposed to get sun today. Again, we still have an air stagnation advisory, but a really weak frontal system kind of popped in a little bit, Steve, which was just enough to scour out some of the clouds and the fog, which is why that big yellow orb is visiting us on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. So mostly sunny today and a high of 32, and then the sun will take the rest of the work week off. We'll make a brief appearance on Saturday and a brief appearance again on Monday. There's still going to be mostly cloudy conditions, gradually warming up as the high-pressure dome begins to flatten out, and that allows systems to come up both above it and below it, which is going to scour out most of the fog. The air stagnation advisory is due to expire tomorrow morning at 10, and Friday morning. Friday morning at 10 is when the air stagnation advisory goes away, and hopefully it will. Outside of that, patchy fog clouds, a gradual warming trend, sunshine today, and then patches of sun on Saturday and Monday. Typical December weather as far as the mountain passes are concerned. Once again, another day of no problems at all as far as the roadways are concerned. Visibility is always going to be an issue when you drive up through the clouds and the fog, Steve. You will find some frost and ice in places. That's certainly expected. A little bit of just the lightest of snow on Stevens. On Blewett. I-90 right now looks just fine. No problems at all. Stevens is okay. Again, some frost and ice in places and poor visibility at times. Mostly clear. You can't tell because it's still dark, but it's actually mostly clear skies. And Blewett has mostly clear skies. A little bit of light snow here and there. Absolutely no problems at all in the Cascades. Forecast today, mostly sunny skies today, Thursday. Little bit of snow, just a skiff of snow Thursday night. Friday, maybe an inch or 2 of snow. Saturday, again, maybe an inch or 2 of snow. That's really about it. Excellent weather to make snow, but Mother Nature is not going to cooperate as far as bringing her own brand of snow.
So the skiers don't have anything to worry about. Mission Ridge has got plenty of cold temperatures to make their own. So.
Yeah, they can make their own snow because Mother Nature is not going to give them any. It's as simple as that. Very dry weather expected for the Wenatchee Valley, for the Cascades as well. So if you drive into the mountain passes, you got no problems at all. 9 minutes after the hour. A lot of news to get to on this Wednesday morning. That's what this gentleman here gets paid an incredible amount of money to do. The news in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live from Studio 2 in downtown Wenatchee.
Alone, it can be hard to reach our dreams. It can feel like you aren't welcome anywhere. When no one's there to clap. Taking on the world by yourself. But when we come together, when we lend a helping hand, when we set the stage, when you
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
Good morning and welcome to our news for a Wednesday morning. Topping our headlines today, if in the last election you voted for change in the Wenatchee School District, well, you got it last night.
So now we will pass the gavel to the newly elected board chair, who will continue the rest of the organization. Thank you, Laura.
Well, there's new leadership on the Wenatchee School Board. The shift in power was on full display last night when 3 newly elected board members used their majority vote to change district policy, making them eligible to serve as board officers. They then used their newfound power to nominate and elect first-year director Michelle Sandberg and Sarah Knox as board president and vice president. Both received their own and new director Sonny Hemphill's support. Former president Laura Jakes opposed the policy amendment, but only received her own and Director Walter Newman's vote for the 2 leadership positions. Knox, Hemphill, and Sandberg ran identical campaigns calling for changes and greater transparency at the board level. Sandberg commented during last night's meeting.
There's approximately 300 districts in our state, and most of them have their board policies online. Over 200 do. About 70 some do not, so there's roughly 220 to 240 that do. Out of that number that do have online policies, only 4 restrict their newly elected members from holding office. We're one of them, Eastmont's one, Kent's another, and then I believe there's another district that has like a 2-year wait. But out of all the districts in the state, there's only 4 that we can find the policies online in terms of restricting newly elected members. So I don't really think that this is in step with current policies for our state, for our school districts. One of the platforms that I was running on was transparency, and I think if we're going to be transparent and if people want transparency and they like that, you know, I received votes and I was elected to this position as well as other members, so I feel it needs to be updated.
Meanwhile, Sonny Hemphill added that the policy change they propose reflects the will of the voters.
I think this policy needs to be updated. I've been reading through policies, and I think we have a number of policies that probably I'm going to be asking for changes to. This one, I don't see it serving a purpose other than to slow down the ability of voters to bring about change in a district. I understand that response, I really do. And this was a tough campaign, and there was a good bit of anxiety about this transition. I want to compliment Brian on the things he has done to smooth this transition and to help ease concerns among the staff about the new school board. Change can be unsettling. I understand that. But I also know that if voters in Wenatchee had not wanted change, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Former President Jakes proposed but later withdrew her proposal that would have only allowed a newly elected board member to serve as vice president. She defended previous board actions as reasoned and well thought out with good public involvement, and she credited students and staff for their accomplishments.
To further these efforts, I hope to work alongside my seatmates to accomplish these great things with thoughtful and transparent research and discussion. Our teachers, our staff, our administration, our community, and most of all, our kids are depending on us to lead this district with newfound strength and commitment. I am hopeful that we can do this together as a 5-member board duly elected to serve the Wenatchee School District. Thank you.
In other school news from yesterday and a special meeting scheduled for tomorrow, Kashmir School Board will consider whether to place two tax measures on the February 13th ballot. Now, one is a 2-year replacement M&O levy. The other would be a bond to fund technology, safety, security, and health-related matters at some facilities. Kashmir School District Superintendent Glenn Johnson says upgrades are badly needed in the district.
Well, as you see this building, it's really structurally sound, and it's been well maintained. It was built well in 1981 and built in a quality fashion, but its systems and its structures like HVAC, electrical, mechanical are fatigued. Many of our systems have well outlived their life expectancy. We want to do safety improvements. We want to enhance 21st century classes like STEM classes. Heck, in 1981, as we see behind me, we didn't even have special needs kids service in our school district. We were in a co-op in Wenatchee. We take a lot of pride in serving all of our kids. So we want buildings to fit the kids' needs of all kids' needs. And so those are some of the things we want to do in the priorities, and that's what we want to do.
And again, the levy would cost taxpayers a past $1.50 per $1,000 of assessed value. The school board has until December 15th to get the resolutions to the county auditor's office in time for scheduling that special election in February. Also, next year's budget balances out, but Chelan County's long-term financial health could mean more belt tightening in the future. Commissioners were able to balance the 2018 budget through a combination of spending cuts and an unexpected windfall in tax revenue.
Well, it had to do with taxing banked authority in the property tax area, and the assessor recognized that we actually were able to collect more than we had been. And so what we've done now is taken the full taxing authority that the county's entitled to from just the property tax side.
Okay. Now, balancing the budget was a challenge this year, Commissioner Overbay, but looking forward to our next few years, how are things looking financially for the county?
Yeah, there's going to be some projects that'll maybe help offset the sales tax. We've actually seen a decrease in the sales tax revenues. We're seeing some projects, both at PUD and some other things that are occurring in the county that we're hoping will kind of rebound that a little bit. We were able to balance this year, but it wasn't without, like Keith said, making some cuts. We're taking a long-term approach as to how we can have a sustainable budget and looking at ways that we can continue to do business, in a better fashion. The big thing that we've also talked about is unfunded mandates. We don't know what the legislature is going to mandate to us this next legislative session or years down the road that are unfunded. And so as we look at that, we continually face those challenges on an annual basis. But, the counties keep getting it done, and, we'll keep moving forward with that.
Commissioner Doug England was also very cautious in his assessment of the county's financial position going forward.
Our concern long-term is the fact that some of those funding things that Keith had mentioned are not going to be repeatable every year. And so this was a difficult budget to bring back to zero. But it also means unless some of those economic things happen, as Kevin indicated, next year's budget is going to be even tougher to bring back into a balanced budget.
Commissioners say there are no major capital projects such as new road construction next year to be undertaken. And that's due to the loss of a federal program, the Secure Rural Schools Act, that funds such projects. Steve Hare, NCW Life News. In other Wednesday news, a known felon who eluded Moses Lake police Sunday night is still at large. Incident began when police made contact with a vehicle who officers thought contained an armed felon. Officers asked both the driver and passenger to exit the vehicle. Passenger did get out of the car, but the driver refused. Now, the driver then threw the vehicle into reverse, striking the passenger and knocking her down, as well as hitting one of the officers before fleeing that stop. Officers decided not to pursue the car due to concerns over public safety. But the driver, identified as 29-year-old Nicholas Romero Rivera of Moses Lake, as you see here in the police department photo, apparently forgot that he had already given law enforcement his identification card, and the police body cameras captured the entire incident. A 22-year-old female passenger refused to cooperate, lied to police according to them, and she'll face charges as well. Romero Rivera is a convicted felon with a history of violent offenses, including his last arrest where he attempted to pull a gun on a deputy last summer. If you see him, call the Moses Lake Police Department. Also, state legislator Matt Manwiller has been placed on leave from Central Washington University. Tacoma News-Tribune reported this week that the university has opened a new investigation into complaints of sexual misconduct at Central Washington University, where the Ellensburg area lawmaker works as a political science professor. Manweller steadfastly disputes the claims and in an email responded saying, as a result of the media frenzy surrounding two 12-year-old unsubstantiated allegations, the university received a handful of emails and phone calls from ex-students over the weekend. Based on those calls, CWU will be hiring an outside investigator. And finally, a number of local kids received a special hand with their Christmas shopping this year. Area cops pairing up with students from the Wenatchee School District, shopping till they dropped to help bring gifts to families who need an extra hand up this holiday season.
I think it's right here, actually. This looks like games.
Let's talk about this big event that happens every Christmas time of the year here at Hooked On Toys in Wenatchee, which is really a plethora of toys and for both adults and kids. But the Wenatchee Police Department hooks up with Premier One each year to put on this great event. And first of all, Wayne Loringer, tell us about how this whole thing started.
Well, it started about 4 years ago. In fact, this is our 4th year, and I had seen this program in other areas and thought it would be something that would work here. And so when I approached the police department, they were happy to do it. You approach the school, they're happy to do it. The funding that comes from the foundation and from Premier One, I mean, they're always happy to do it. It's an easy program to put on because everybody's so involved.
Now, actually, the real estate agents around the valley are really responsible for raising the money to put this on.
Yeah, the real estate agents at Premier One, they give money into a fund, out of each check, and they just decide what they want to give it to. And this is just one of the items that they give money to every year.
So how much money did you raise this year for the project?
So $8,000.
$8,000, that's a lot of toys.
Yep.
And Corporal, tell us about what this means to the police department to be able to be involved in this type of thing.
Well, this is just one of those events that is super special. It gives the police officers a chance to show their human side, who they really are, to kids who might have seen a different side of law enforcement in their upbringing. And it's just a great community partnership with the real Premier One and the foundation, as well as the school district. It's just amazing that the partnership that we have with the school district. I send out an email and they go hunting for kids that want to participate in this program. So
I'll tell you what, judging from the smiles I'm seeing here at Hooked On Toys this morning, I don't know who's happier, the kids or the officers.
Well, I think that this is a win-win. Absolutely.
Great. Wayne?
Yeah. I always enjoy coming down just because you watch those officers work with those kids, and it is just fun to watch. You can't help but smile.
Oh, a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, a lot of needy kids here in the area, but thanks to all these groups, including Les Schwab and Serve Wenatchee Valley and the other groups out there, they're going to make it a nice Christmas for a lot of kids.
Good stuff. Really, really good stuff.
Really good
Steve, I know you got to run. You got a meeting you got to get to at 7:30. The news with Grant Olson comes your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. At the bottom of your screen are the many, many ways you can get a hold of us, and we invite you to get a hold of us. You can feed us story ideas, just say hi. If you have a really good chili recipe, pass it on. It's not going to be as good as mine, but we'd love to hear from you here at the NCW Life channel. Steve, have a good time gathering news. 24 minutes after the hour. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Telecommunications. December 15 and 16 is the Magical Strings Celtic Yuletide Concert at the Snowy Owl Theater in Leavenworth. Come for a festive time of music, dance, and storytelling. Join in on the fun at the 2017 Leavenworth Christmas Bird Count on Saturday, December 16. Birders will be assigned a route and meet their leader at a designated area. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
25 minutes after the hour on this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Coons. Let's do sports. We made television history last night, right here. For the first time ever, we televised high school wrestling live on the NCW Live channel. The Wenatchee Panthers and the Davis Pirates. Very exciting wrestling action. Edge of your seat excitement. Wenatchee fell way behind early. Big comeback. The best wrestler on our staff, Eric Granstrom, was there, and he called the action.
Got that arm nicely placed, got his positioning good, trying to get it, and he got up the pin in just 18 seconds. Nice arm bar. Now he's got the other arm underneath, going to lock up that wrist and then going to walk him around. Get that head over, 20 seconds left, let go of the arm, and he's going to get some near fall points. Got to watch it so he doesn't stretch that too far. Reaches up, ties the left hand with the right hand of the wrestler. 10 seconds, and he pinned him. Acevedo, nice move. Gets him worked down. And a cross face. Working to roll him around. Now trying to go for the reverse cradle. Got him cradled up. And right to his back, and that's a pin with 1:20 to go in the second round. The win by pin for Ronan Haynes. That's a dangerous position. Gutierrez could have just sat out, but now the half in drives him right back to his back. He's in the pinning motion with 46 seconds to go, and a pin and a win for Wenatchee. So that's 6 points for Davis, and right to the back. Taking him is Jimenez Manriquez, trying for the pin. Wrestling towards the out of bounds is Stroud, and a pin! 24 seconds into the first round. Aragon fighting for his life. Sowers on top, but a pin going to be whistled with 38 seconds remaining in the third round. And the win by pin for Dominic Sowers over Javier Aragon.
Very exciting match. Nice comeback for the Wenatchee Panthers, but they fell just short. Davis went on to win the match 43-34. The Panthers fall to 0-2 on the young wrestling season. To the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard we go with Tuesday night's action. There is, of course, the Wenatchee score. Also, Sunnyside blew out Eastmont in wrestling 58-6. We'll bring you Eastmont and Wenatchee next Tuesday live here on the NCW Live channel. We do not have the scores from the double duel at Cascade last night. If you do know, send us a Facebook message. We'll get it on this afternoon. Boys swimming and diving in Moses Lake. The Chiefs, no problems. They handled the Eastmont Wildcats in a blowout. Girls bowling Tuesday. Wenatchee picked up a 3-1 win on the road in Sunnyside. Eastmont remained undefeated with a 4-0 win at West Valley. Alicia Hastings, an incredible 437 series with a 236 and a 191. Emily Montoya also rolled a 201 for the Wildcats. So that's bowling. Now let's do basketball. Les Schwab boys scoreboard. Cashmere dispatched Cascade in Caribou Trail League action 77-42. Waterville Mansfield, no problems with Tenasket 65-21. Uriah Darby is a happy guy this morning. Girls scoreboard, and this is not a misprint. That is an actual score between Cashmere and Cascade. You will have these scores occasionally in girls basketball, boys basketball too. For that matter, Waterville Mansfield over Tenasket and Lake Roosevelt over Manson. We have prep action today. Wenatchee will host Ellensburg in girls bowling at Eastmont Lanes this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Non-league action, of course, and that is sports at 29 minutes after the hour. The obscure holiday on this December 13th. Today is Violin Day. That's Monument Hill. It's Violin Day. Here's the violin. Oh, pick up your Stradivarius and fiddle away. Violin is an incredibly versatile instrument. You can, of course, play chamber music or be in an orchestra or play jazz with it. If you don't know how to play a violin, you might want to start. I tried out, actually, I auditioned for orchestra in junior high school because my two best friends did. And I thought, well, if Jim and Pete can play the violin, maybe I can play the violin. I was terrible. And I realized the reason why is that I play musical instruments left-handed, and that just wasn't going to cut it. It is Violin Day today, and it's always celebrated on December 13th because we don't know. 30 minutes after the hour, today in history. Today is the birthday of the National Guard. That is an actual photo from 1636. No, it's not. It's an artist's rendering. The photo from 1636 was copyrighted, so I couldn't use it. 381 years ago, the Massachusetts Bay Colony organized the 3 local militia into one militia to defend the colony against the Pequot Indians. It is considered today the founding of the National Guard of the United States. The National Guard of the United States celebrates its 381st birthday today. One of the more unique governmental agencies because it has federal control and it has state control. The governor can call out the Washington National Guard on his own volition. Kind of an interesting organization. The National Guard, 381 years ago today. There will be commemoration services and ceremonies tonight in Evansville, Indiana. Evansville, Indiana will be the site of a very somber ceremony this evening at 7:30 local time, because it was 40 years ago today, December 13th, 1977. Air Indiana Flight 216 crashed just after taking off from the Evansville, Indiana Regional Airport. All 29 on board the plane were killed, including the entire University of Evansville basketball team, the coaches, the support staff, some fans, and boosters of the team. Ironically enough, there was one gentleman, a member of that team, who did not make that flight, was spared, and 1 week later, he was killed by a drunk driver. So all the members of the 1977 Evansville Purple Aces basketball team died within a week of each other, and the air crash was 40 years ago today. 32 minutes after the hour. Let's do some birthdays. Dick Van Dyke, the actor, the singer, and a great dancer, very underrated as a dancer. Dick Van Dyke is 92 years old today. Happy birthday, Dick Van Dyke. Still pretty much fully retired. He does a little voice work now and again. 5 Primetime Emmy Awards. He won a Tony Award. He's won a Grammy Award. He's been inducted into the Television Hall of Fame. He won the Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award. Of course, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, all the great Disney movies that he made. He was in Bye Bye Birdie, which really was his breakthrough role. And of course, the Dick Van Dyke Show, and then all the other television shows that he's done. The great Dick Van Dyke is 92 years old today. Christopher Plummer, he's back. He's acting. He's working good. He's going to be in this new movie about J. Paul Getty called All the Money in the World. You've probably seen the advertisements, or if you've been to the movies, you've seen the trailer. This looks like a fascinating movie. It's based on a true story. Of course, Captain Von Trapp in The Sound of Music. The great Christopher Plummer is 88 years old. 7 years ago, he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for the film Beginners, and that made him the oldest person ever to win an Academy Award. Happy 88th birthday to Christopher Plummer. I don't know what to say about Taylor Swift, except she's got talent. She's got a lot of talent. She writes all of her own material. She's a great arranger. A very humble person. She's probably about as famous as any single person in America right now, and has been for the last 4 or 5 years, and yet she seems to have her feet firmly rooted on the ground. And a great songwriter. She's terribly underrated as a songwriter, not to mention a musician. She can play any number of instruments. Taylor Swift. Life is good for Taylor. She's 28 years old today. 33 minutes after the hour. It's the holiday season. And that means it's time to go out and do your Christmas shopping. And we here at the NCW Life Channel, Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley, are inviting you to shop local, including a very unique store, one-of-a-kind items. I'm talking about the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center's Christmas Cottage. It will be open through December 22nd. It's all Christmassy, all one-of-a-kind stuff, a lot of handmade stuff you're not going to find anywhere. I mean, who's kidding who? You can go to a store and they got 97 of the same item, or you can go to the Christmas Cottage at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center and buy something that doesn't exist anywhere else but there. The Christmas Cottage open Monday through Friday from 9 to 4, Saturdays from 11 to 4. Huge selection of holiday gifts and decorations, one-of-a-kind items. So, and don't forget about the thrift store, too. While you're at the Christmas Cottage, pop by the thrift store, the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. I need to have Dave Tosh on my show again. He's great. Shop there. Check it out. You'll be glad you did. The Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. It is 34 minutes after the hour. One more item of business before we take a quick little break. You saw the video that we just showed, the Shop with a Cop at Hooked On Toys. The Les Schwab Community Toy Drive continues throughout the holiday season. We want every kid in the Wenatchee Valley, every kid in North Central Washington should have multiple presents under the Christmas tree when that magic moment comes on Christmas morning, but we can't do it without you. Now, we do have a lot of toys for the younger kids up to about 7th or 8th grade. Once we get to 8th grade and above, we need more of those. And there's a specific list that tells you exactly what 12, 13, 14-year-olds are hoping to get for the holiday season. So go out and do your Christmas shopping, doesn't matter where, and then drop off your new unwrapped toy at any of our drop-off locations, and that includes the Wenatchee World, Sangster Motors, Works, Columbia Valley Community Health, Hooked On Toys, and of course both Les Schwab locations in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, because Les Schwab is really leading the way on this. Thank you everybody who's participated in the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. This has been a resounding success. We didn't know if we were going to be able to pull it off, and so far we have, but it's not too late. You take it, and by the way, there's a checklist right here. See this? Checklist. So you know, if you don't really know what to get, gift cards are always a great idea, but if you want to actually have a present for a kid, there is a checklist available in the Wenatchee World and also at the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive Facebook page. 36 minutes after the hour. Everyone is entitled to Mike Minotti's opinion, and then Darcy Christofferson, Apple Blossom. How do you like them apples? That and a whole bunch more. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
When the time comes to propose, when you want to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary, when you want to mark a special milestone in someone's life, Clark's Jewelry has been providing quality jewelry at a fair price since 1977. Diamonds, gemstones, watches, necklaces, earrings, rings. Their professional staff will take the time and care to help you find the perfect piece of jewelry. Clark's Jewelry, always quality jewelry at a fair price.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Family means something in these parts. Family owned and operated means even more. At Rose Tractor, you're buying more than a product. You're buying years of knowledge through multiple generations. It means you can count on Rose for quality products, quality repairs, and folks who stand behind the products they sell. From your job site to your home to rentals and repairs to new outdoor power equipment, Rose Tractor is growing with you throughout the years. Rose Tractor, quality brands you can trust year after year.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, we provide financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their future. Whether it's helping to construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, we start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. Our look-you-in-the-eye attentiveness that our clients demand and get is rooted in values that are as human as a handshake. D.A. Davidson's straightforward approach is the way we've done it for 80 years.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I've been thinking about this decision some guys are making not to be alone with any woman because you're a good Christian and you don't want to fall into temptation. Well, I'm a Christian, and as far as a relationship and mental health counselor, I'm alone with other women all the time. I mean, I don't have too much trouble with it, though, because regardless of whether or not any of these women are in any way some temptation for me, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be able to resist any temptation they might have to make a play for my pal in white flesh. I mean, come on! What makes these guys think any woman is going to find them so irresistible? I don't know. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Quality,
Comfort, style, service. This is the Crown Furniture difference for more than 50 years. Their commitment to you is to provide the best furniture and mattresses the industry has to offer at a great price. Shop Crown Furniture today to experience the difference. And remember, free setup, delivery, and haul away in their service area is just another way they show they care.
Honey, I got the space heater.
Make sure you survive winter. Call Central Washington Heating and Air before it's too late. This winter, don't get shocked by the cold. Call Central Washington Heating and Air today.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CVCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
Just because it's cold outside doesn't mean your golf game has to go cold. Keep your swing in midsummer shape all winter long with the Golf Simulator at the Golfer's Edge. PGA golf professional Ed Payne can help you fine-tune your swing or overhaul your clubs. And for the golfer on your Christmas list, a Golfer's Edge gift card is a great fit. New clubs, new shoes, new clothes from Tanya's Corner, and time on the Golf Simulator. Hey, it's all at the Golfer's Edge on Mission between Kittitas and Yakima.
42 minutes after the hour, live here from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee. How do you like them apples is the theme for next year's Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, which always seems to sneak up on you. But when Darcy comes in, that means we can plan ahead. Darcy Christopherson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. We're down to 25 candidates who say, I think I might like to be in the Royal Court.
We are. We had our mandatory meetings November 28th, I think it was, and that is when all senior girls in the Eastmont Wenatchee School District come to a meeting. If they're interested in running, we kind of go over the whole spiel of Royalty 101 is how I call it. But we have 25 girls, so we're super excited about that. Yesterday we had our picture at Parsons, the official candidates photo, and that will be on our website here probably today or tomorrow. And then of course we put it in the Wenatchee World, and we'll probably send one to you. Yep. But we're excited. So these girls have already had their first speech practice, and then they'll enjoy their Christmas break with their families, and then come back to school. And speech day is January 10th, and we'll have a top 10 that evening.
Is there a chance for the public to meet the 25 before January 10th?
No.
Okay.
There is an event.
Okay.
There is an event on January 9th. We call it the candidates reception, and we do that at the Performing Arts Center. It's at 7 p.m., and we encourage the public to come. It's kind of an icebreaker for the girls to get ready for speech day, is what I call it. Because getting in front of your whole school is scary.
Yeah.
To give a 2 to 3 minute speech. So we created this reception. I think they did it in the 70s. The Past Royalty Association used to put it on, and we've just continued it. And every year, the girls say, "Oh, I'm so glad I did that. Now I'm ready to do tomorrow." So we really encourage the public. If you have a candidate that you know and that you want to support, come to that event. It's free, and it gives you the opportunity to see the girls, and then afterwards you can talk to them and meet with them.
You've got to be encouraged that almost every girl who went to the informational mandatory meetings just to see if they wanted to put their toe in the water, of the 32 who went, 25 signed up, and that's got to make you feel pretty good.
It does, and like I said earlier, that meeting's overwhelming. I mean, we go over. We have our attorney there, we have our accountant there, I'm there, and we just basically go over everything. And you probably walk out of there. I would. We didn't have meetings like this when I ran, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is this is overwhelming. This is like a job. What am I going to do? How am I going to separate my time from my friends and school and my job? And it's pretty awesome that these girls, make that choice and want to represent their community and go for scholarships. And it's a big commitment. So we're really happy with the numbers, and it's going to be great.
Shameless plug time. It's Christmas time. You have family and friends who were born and raised in the Wenatchee Valley and now they live someplace else. Give them a little touch of their hometown and some childhood memories by buying Christmas gifts at your store or online. Get that unique Apple Blossom thing. You got some cool stuff.
We do. Go to appleblossom.org and just click on merchandise. And we have some new items and items that we do every year. We have the official t-shirt, How Do You Like Them Apples? Cute t-shirt this year. Go online and you can have it delivered to the person, or you can have it delivered to you or the office, and we'll get it all organized for you.
The website is so much better than it used to be.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, Monica totally worked on that all summer to make it more user-friendly. And what's very exciting is that we are going to have an app. So in January, we will be unveiling an app which is sponsored by CrunchPack. And so when it's festival time, you'll be able just to go to our app and get directions. And
I love it.
I
just
know.
Put it right on your phone and
I
it's
know.
down the road you go.
Yeah, we get our first look at it tonight at our board meeting to see how it's all coming along. But we're very excited about that.
One more question before we take a quick commercial break and talk about the 1,000 Name campaign. How's Andy doing? Andy Kottkamp,
Oh,
Director General.
we have to just constantly work with him. Constantly. No, he is awesome. You know Andy. I mean, he just loves every bit of being Director General, and it's just nice to have that enthusiasm. The whole year is based on your Director General and that lead volunteer, and you just go to a board meeting and you just smile. So it's pretty awesome.
During Night in the Box, I interviewed Andy and I said, "How did you fall into this?" And he goes, "I fell into it." That's about it. That's about how that happened.
He did.
It's 47 minutes after the hour. This is the first segment here is going to be a short one because when we come back with Darcy, we got some pretty cool stuff coming your way. The 1,000 Name campaign. If you're not familiar with it, you will be in just a couple of minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
This is Melissa Knott, and I'd like to welcome you to Highgate Senior Living, where our residents become friends and our friends become family. Come enjoy a quiet moment in our beautiful courtyard, or join your friends for great conversation. Improve your balance with one of our many gentle exercise classes, and enjoy home-cooked meals with friends in our beautiful dining room. Highgate Senior Living, each day to the fullest.
Winter weather has arrived in the Wenatchee Valley, and it's no fun to be stuck outside in the cold, and your dog or cat don't appreciate it either. Paws and Claws Veterinarian Hospital would like to remind you that your pet is susceptible to hypothermia and frostbite just like you. After going outside, wipe off their paws to prevent them from licking de-icer or antifreeze. Dr. Shauna Bayes and her staff care about your pets. If your pet needs medical attention, call 888-PAWS or find them on 4th and Nile in East Wenatchee.
Broadway's Cirque Dreams celebrates the 10th anniversary season of Cirque Dreams Holidays. Charm, sparkle, and talent by the sleigh load, says the New York Daily News. Over 20 of the world's best acts, 300 spectacular costumes, unforgettable music, and Broadway spectacle. Vegas meets family entertainment hails the Boston Globe of this season's must-see Cirque Dreams Holidays.
December 26th at Town Toyota Center, locally sponsored by People's Bank. Get your tickets today at towntoyotacenter.com.
And we are back, about 10 minutes left in this program on this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan Kuntz with Darcy Christopherson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. The centennial, the 100th festival, comes in the spring of 2019. Planning has been going on for a couple of years as we lead up to the milestone. The biggest festival ever is going to happen in a couple of years.
It is.
And somewhere along the line, a seed was planted. Tell me about the genesis of the 1,000 Name campaign.
It's kind of been talked about, really festival last year. It was really talked about with North 40 Productions. They came up with the idea of you really need to do a documentary. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So the thought too was to have just some video that we can use at the dance, that we can use to perform or to promote the 100th. So when I met with them to kind of talk to them about that, they really encouraged me to do a documentary. And I was very overwhelmed at first, but then when you meet with them and you talk about the legacy of the Apple Blossom Festival and the future of the Apple Blossom Festival, I mean, I think I get emotional at every meeting because it is just so awesome. So we decided that we needed to first see if it was something that our community really wanted, and if people were willing to be sponsors and help pay for this, because it's $135,000 to do this documentary.
But you're going to get $135,000 worth of entertainment. It's
right, absolutely.
The North 40
yes.
folks are just
and like we were just saying off the air, I can't even imagine going through all the video and the pictures and doing all the interviews and everything that they're going to be doing. It's overwhelming. But if anybody can do it, those guys can do it. So we decided to do this 1,000 name campaign. We're halfway there, and we've only done it on social media. We haven't done anything as far as radio or TV, as far as the 1,000 names. So to already get 500 names just based off social media, we're like, okay, this is something we really got to do. So we think, we have a board meeting today to finalize whether we're going to do it or not. But I already have a presenting sponsor, which I can't name yet. But there'll be a big announcement. So to have a sponsor already commit
that's going to help from the bottom line.
Oh, huge. So to have a sponsor say, yeah, I'm in, it's like, oh my gosh, yay, we're really doing this. So yesterday was our first time that we had, the second time that we had North 40 at the photo shoot of the girls. And, there's cameras everywhere. And it's like, wow, we're big time. This is awesome. So we think we're going to do it. It's going to be
There's a series of 1-minute videos that are available. They're all over social media. If you have a Facebook account, you've stumbled across a couple of those. But Darcy has brought some with her to give you a general idea of how they want to get to that 1,000 name campaign. And we'll start out, we're going to show some of the videos. We just talked about Andy Kottkamp, right?
Yep.
Here's Andy's little pitch.
Hi, my name is Andy Kottkamp, and I am the Director General of the 2018 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. That will be our 99th festival. Now that Apple Blossom and the city have changed more the focus of what is important to Apple Blossom, it's changed to really become focused on Memorial Park and about the downtown and about getting families to come here. There's something for everybody, and it's just important that it kind of is a rallying thing for everybody to get together. It's what Wenatchee does. This project is so important to the festival and so important to future generations that are going to come along and want to learn about Apple Blossom. I'm into this thing 100%. I hope that you will share in my excitement to become very involved in this project. Thank you.
Okay. I love the logo.
Yeah, I love that. That's our corporate logo. Kyle Barnes did it, being Kyle Barnes, literally in one day and sent it to me. And I again, got emotional. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. So
Kyle's talent. He's a member of the legendary class of 1983 at Wenatchee High School.
Oh, that class.
Yeah, just they still talk about it to this very day. Andy is the Director General of this year's festival, the 99th. Dina is the Director General for the 100th.
Yep, Dina Bollinger will be our Director General for the 100th. She's a graduate of Eastmont High School in 1987.
Go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats, and she, of course, runs a party store. Nancy's Party Run owns the party store.
Dina is a party.
You have to have a party person for the 100th.
The redhead is a party in and of
Yes,
herself, and
yes,
she has a film, and
she does.
here's Dina's little pitch.
Hi, my name is Dina Bollinger, and I am the Apple Blossom Festival's Assistant Director General for 2018, and I'll be the Director General for 2019, the 100th Festival. We sure enjoyed cruising. We walked around and you met new people and you jumped in cars and rode around the avenue, and it was just the best party that you've ever been to. And now that I'm older, I go to the park and it's kind of like my cruising. I walk around the park and I, see people I haven't seen in a long time, and I get my hugs, and it's just the same atmosphere in Memorial Park that it was down on Wenatchee Avenue. It's awesome. Join me in going to appleblossom.org, put your name on the list, and please support the Apple Blossom 100-year documentary.
Great films. How many of these have you filmed, and how are they being released? Like one a day? Talk about that.
It's been pretty much one a day, but we did at least 10, I think, testimonials. And again, it was just very quick. We just called a few people, a wide variety of people, and they all, where do I go? I'll be there, no problem. And I get emotional every time. It's like it's.
And the fact that they get to tell their own story. Basically, the question was asked, what does Apple Blossom mean to you? Or something, and then you just answer it. So.
Yep. And everybody has a different story. Matt Lyons is about eating at the food fair, and Karen Wade, who no one has seen yet, I think hers is coming out today. She was administrator in the 80s, and hers, she can go on and on. So I'm anxious to see what clip they did of hers, because she just has so much history of the festival. But yeah, Entertainment in the Park was Amy Mowbray, and then of course your brother, which they didn't put it, but they talked about how your mom used to make popcorn, and you all used to walk down to all 9 of you ducklings walked down to the parade at her favorite spot, which I can't remember what it was.
Right in front of the courthouse.
Okay, and her favorite spot, and watch the parade. So everybody has a story and a journey about Apple Blossom, whether you were in royalty, whether you just go to the parade and sit in front of the courthouse every year. Everybody has a story. So that part's going to be really fun to watch.
The films are very well done, and congratulations to North 40 Productions. If in fact this film is launched and the process begins, because it takes a long time to make these, and this is all designed to come out in the spring of 2019 for the centennial. I'm sure there's people out there, viewers and what have you, say, I have some old photos or an old Super 8 movie I took when my kid was in the parade in 1973. Is there going to be a call to action for people to gather their memorabilia and dump them on Jeff's desk?
I think there will be. I'm actually meeting with the group on Friday, so we will go over the new timeline now that we probably will be doing this. So yes, footage is something they definitely would want. Our museum has tons of pictures and footage. So actually the first week of January, I'll be going down there with one of our historians and Jeff and his group, and just kind of go over stuff, because it's overwhelming.
It's going to be completely overwhelming.
I just see it all and go, ah!
Yeah.
But they got it. They're not stressed at all. They're just ready.
And the best thing is they're storytellers.
Yes.
You're not going to just sit there and watch somebody's home movies.
Right.
They're going to put it all together and tell the tale in a way that's going to be informative and very entertaining, because they're so good with it.
Yeah, all the footage, current footage, will be of Festival 2018. And then I think we'll end with crowning the Queen of 2019 or something like that. But so we're planning a premiere, hopefully for Thursday night of the big weekend for 2019. So we'll be doing all kinds of stuff.
Red carpet.
I know.
I love it.
I know.
Go to their Facebook page, Apple Blossom Festival's Facebook page, and say, I'm in. I want to be one of the 1,000 voices, and let's make that happen, all right? It's as simple as that. Darcy, we got about 30 seconds left. Have yourself a good Christmas, good holiday to you and the family, and Jeff and the kids.
Coons Christmas this year?
Coons Christmas this year. I have to make chili for 70 people. Can I borrow? Do you have like a big Dutch oven I can borrow?
I do.
Good.
I do.
I'll be
I have a really big one.
I'll be swinging
Yes.
by and picking it up.
I'll bring it to you.
Darcy, have a great holiday.
You too.
Everybody, have a great Wednesday. Tom Nees from Sir Wenatchee Valley will be in our studio tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.